Happy holidays, everybody. Happy holidays. I hope everything is going good in this wonderful season. Today, I'd like to make a YouTube because there's a lot of controversy about this. It's who are the best quarterbacks of all time? Well, let's just go with the top 10 list because a lot of people keep asking me who are the top 10 quarterbacks of all time, and it's just such a difficult decision. I wrote down a list and I'm going to narrow it down. Now, let's start off with, before everybody gets too excited, let's start off with some honorary stars that I'm not really going to go into much detail with, but I'm just going to give them a shout out, a little recognition. Okay, and I hope I don't offend anybody if they didn't make my top 10 list. But let's start off with Sammy Ball. He's got two Super Bowl victories, and he's got a good career. Brett Favre, legendary streak of 297 consecutive starts. Bart Starr, he had a 9-1 postseason record. Troy Aikman, the master of the intermediate throws, the long throws, the skinny Tourette's. I mean, give him a holler. Steve Young. Okay, he's got one Super Bowl title and a Super Bowl MVP twice. Um, Sid Luckman, he's NFL's all-time leader for passing yards seven different times. Seven different times. Ted Bradshaw, owner of 4 Super Bowl rings. Russell Wilson, he's not done. His career passing rating is over 100. Okay, and of course you got the Ben Roethlisberger. He's a Pro Football Hall of Famer with 2 Super Bowl titles, and Kurt Warner of the NFL. I mean, NFL two-time MVP, Super Bowl MVP. The list goes on. Jim Kelly, obviously, the only quarterback who can lead to 4 consecutive Super Bowls in NFL history. You know, we have Warren Moon, Frank Tarkenton, and he's old. He goes back in the day like me. He was the 1978 final season passing yards leader. And Len Dawson and Norm Van Brocklin. These are just shout-outs. But let's go with, this was difficult, the man in green, Aaron Rodgers. Number 10, Aaron Rodgers. Green Bay Packers. 1 Super Bowl championship and 1 Super Bowl MVP. 3 NFL MVP awards, first team All Pro, 9-time Pro Bowler. He could probably still go further in the rankings, but as far as he had a very good 2020 season a couple of years ago with the completion rate of 70.7 and 48 touchdown passes. And he's a very impressive quarterback. He's in top shape. He's has excellent fitness, and he's got a versatile pair of feet. You got to admit, and he can really create a lot of opportunities on the run. So I'd have to say he's right up there, but he's probably standing at number 10. Number 9 on my list, he's got that great smile. Any Colorado people out there, Denver Broncos fans, you got it. Number 9, he's John Elway. John Elway, 2 NFL championships, 9 Pro Bowls, league MVP back in '87, Pro Football Hall of Fame. Excellent ball control. He's always ahead of his time as the only NFL quarterback to score 4 rushing touchdowns in 4 different finals. I mean, he had a career that spanned 16 years. And he scored 33 passing touchdowns and dashed for about 3,400 yards. Okay, so, he's led his team to 5 Super Bowls. Now, unfortunately, he lost 3 of them. But his completion percentage is about 57%, and his interception rate is about 3.1, somewhere in there. So, he's got his flaws, but we can't deny any of his achievements. Okay, so that's John Elway. Number 8, Roger Staubach. 2 Super Bowl victories. Dallas. I'm in Houston, obviously. The Dallas Cowboys fans. Okay, so Roger Staubach, 6 Pro Bowls, 4-time leader in NFL passing rating, leader in touchdowns. The list goes on and on. He's a Pro Football Hall of Famer. And he was only 27 in 1969 when he actually, he got the Super Bowl. He joined the Dallas Cowboys, and so he's brilliant. He was the league's face for a long time. He started 4 Super Bowls in his starting careers and came out with the staggering 85-29 record. I mean, that's pretty amazing, and this is only second to the GOAT, Tom Brady. Okay, so that's something to consider. Dan Marino, whew, Miami Dolphins. I lived in Miami for about 10 years. I love that city. Uh, Went to the games. It was great, but never had a guy like Dan Marino when I was there. Three-time All-Pro, nine-time Pro Bowls, one NFL Hall. He's a Hall of Famer, five-time leader in NFL passing yards, three-time leader in passing touchdowns. I mean, if we didn't mention Dan Marino on this list, you'd probably shut this YouTube video down right now. So although he has never had a Super Bowl victory in history, this greatest quarterbacks titles, he's one of the greatest, and I think it's fair to put him seventh on this list right now. Okay. He had a great debut, one of the greatest in NFL history. He's just something one of the great. I really praise him for everything he did. Okay. Unfortunately, he didn't do so well in the playoffs. Now, number 6, let's go ahead with Drew Brees. Drew Brees. Okay. He played for 2 teams. He played for the New Orleans Saints and the San Diego Chargers. He's got a championship. He's got one championship. He's the 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, 13-time Pro Bowls, NFL record for most career passing yards and most career pass completions. He's right up there. He's in 6th place, but he's sort of like the previous candidate, Dan Marino. He's one of the he's got all these records in NFL history. He's diligent. He works hard, and continuously he produces year after year after year. He had 5,000-yard seasons in the NFL. Okay, and no one else has had more than that. I don't think so anyway. Okay, there's been so. His completion percentage is also very, very phenomenal. One of the top 10 quarterbacks of all time in that category. He leads the league 7 times, finished 6 times, and touchdown 4 times. Okay. Another one that I didn't do a lot of research on is Otto Graham. Otto Graham is right up there, but he played for the Cleveland Browns. 5 Pro Bowls, 4-time All-Pro, Hall of Fame. A lot of people actually considered him as the greatest quarterback of all time. With the Browns, he won 4 AFC championships and 3 NFL titles. Okay, he's one of the most prolific passers of all time. Okay, it's more striking when he plays offensively by choice, and he isn't a quarterback until he turns pro. That's just amazing. Okay, and he was a running back. He was a running back in college, and he had 44 touchdowns during the NFL season. Okay, Johnny Unitas with the Colts, the San Diego Chargers. He was great. 3 Super Bowl rings. Football Hall of Fame. 10-time Pro Bowls. 3-time MVP. 5-team first team All Pro. I mean, Johnny Unitas, excellent for both. He's one of the most critical influences on how that modern quarterback plays today. You can't make a list without him being in the present, without his presence on this list. That would not be fair. Okay. He transformed and disorganized the approach that losing teams often used to come back into the 2-minute drills we often see today. So he's like Joe Montana and Brady. He's a symbol. He's an absolute symbol of victory. Okay. So he's one of the greats. He's one of the greats. And then we've obviously got Mr. Manning, Peyton Manning. Okay. He's at number 3 on my list. Okay. He's with the Colts. He's been with the Colts and the Denver Broncos. 2 titles. 5-time NFL MVP, Hall of Fame, 14 Pro Bowls, 2-time NFL Offensive Player of the Year, NFL passings leader 3 times, touchdowns leader 4 times. I mean, he's got the perfect brain for that quarterback position. Not everybody can be quarterback. He's got that perfect brain. not everybody can just do what he does out there on the field. He's got the ability to diagnose the average person, hear the script line, and win the mental battle with all those opposing defenders. He goes to work on those opposing defenders. Okay, so he's definitely right up there. Number 2 now, it's coming down to Mr. You got it, the man in red, Joe Montana. Joe Montana, 49ers, Kansas City Chiefs, 4 Super Bowl wins. He's got a heck of a smile, didn't he? 2-time NFL passing rating leader, touchdowns, 5-time completion percentage leader. If I had to pick one word to describe Joe Montana, it would be winner. He's a winner. He's not a loser. He's a winner. Okay? And I think he's tied for second place with Terry Bradshaw in terms of titles. Okay? So he's right up there. And he had a 15-year career. Okay? 117-47 win-loss record, 16-7 in the postseason. It was an impressive win rate, and it's second only to, drum roll please, ding-ding-ding-ding. Who do you think I'm gonna say right now? Mr. Tom Brady. Mr. Tom Brady, typically known as the Patriots quarterback. Now he's with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Super Bowl rings. 5 Super Bowl MVPs. 14-time Pro Bowls. 3-time NFL MVP honors. So, if you ask the average person in a Starbucks or something, who's the best quarterback of all time, it's like saying who's the best basketball player of all time. They're going to say Michael Jordan. Soccer, they might say Maradona or Messi or Ronaldo. But, most people, I think they're going to say Tom Brady. They're going to say Tom Brady. He's the first one to win 7 Super Bowls. It's hard to believe he has only the final 199 pick of... He was the 199th pick of the 2000 draft round. Isn't that amazing? Whoever got that pick did an amazing job. Oh, he's laughing at people right now. There's a mastermind whoever picked him. So I would have to say he is the GOAT, greatest of all time, just based on his record of accomplishments. 581 touchdown passes are the most of all time. Thank you. He's gonna pass Drew Brees on most passes when he already did. I think he entered the 2021 season and he passed that. So I would say Tom Brady is the number 1 quarterback of all time, and I took my hat off to him. Okay, I took my hat off to him. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you for your time, and have a good day. If you'd like to see more videos like this, just put it in the comments below. Thank you.